In this video, I will give a historical analysis on the game Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. To begin, Frontiers of Pandora is an open-world action-adventure game that takes place in the universe of James Cameron's Avatar. It was first released on PC and console on December 7, 2023. The game was published by Massive Entertainment, a Ubisoft studio, with the key designer and creative director Magnus Jansen. The team worked in collaboration with James Cameron himself to make sure the game was fully canonical to the Avatar franchise. Ubisoft had made multiple videos diving deeper into its creation. The main inspiration for this game was of course Avatar itself, the award-winning sci-fi film released in 2009. However, the game also took inspiration from the Far Cry series for its open-world, gathering, and combat mechanics. Some players also discuss its similarities with games like Horizon Zero Dawn and even Subnautica. Frontiers of Pandora follows a Na'vi who was captured by humans at a young age, and now free, has to discover what it means to live on Pandora. The game has a lot of functions and a decent balance between interacting with nature, crafting and completing quests, and fighting the RDA, which are the humans. The game is a great example of immersion. The developers were very thoughtful in showing what it really means to be a Na'vi, which makes you feel like a real part of the universe when playing. You can't abuse your story. Things like overhunting or killing without reason have in-game consequences, furthering the connection the player is taught to have with Na'vi culture. As discussed in an article of Game Developer, one of the main things fans appreciated about the game is how deeply it dives into the Avatar universe. The game contains dozens of plants and animal species sorted into different biomes that the movies contain but never elaborate on. These details make the world seem complete and well-rounded. There's also the primary conflict. In-game, humans are actively trying to colonize Pandora, and your character is fighting to stop them before they turn the whole planet to dust. The Avatar movie's main message has always been about the environment, as well as how greed can destroy our world if we're not careful. The themes of pollution and exploiting the natural world that we saw in the films are experienced firsthand in the game. With Frontiers of Pandora being released at a time where environmental health is such a hot topic, the message of how important it is to fight for our environment was fairly well received. An article of the TSA explains how the game message is handled with more nuance than the films, and players can more clearly see the parallels between American settlers and indigenous people in real life. All in all, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora was a successful game. It isn't perfect, but fans appreciated its attention to detail and its overall message.